Why is your mouth wet? Oh, we gotta be calm. Hey. That is a very good call. How about you get your ball? Get your blue ball. In celebration of the eclipse and the full moon, I wanted to set new goals for myself. Good job! You found it! Set new goals for myself and believe in myself again. Because this past year has been a year. 2 years ago, I got engaged to a man who was not good for me, and in general, was not good. More about that story in another video / book / song. I have a couple songs too. Many ways I have expressed myself about that relationship. But it is the 2-year celebration of me getting engaged to a person that I had decided, yes, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you, despite your imperfections and despite the horrible, awful ways you've hurt me and treated me throughout the years. All past relationships are a learning experience. And so I'm grateful for that learning experience, and I am ready to move on. Not quite a year ago, I broke up with him. I took an engagement watch back and I kicked him out. And then I got scared and tried to ask him back. He didn't. Thank God. Thank God. I have been going to counseling at multiple locations to work through this, and I have, as you heard, been expressing myself through, I almost said song and dance, but I haven't come up with a dance yet, but song, artwork, children's book, that's a good one, and then more adult book as well. So I've been doing stuff. So, okay, Susie in rut though, she went into cocoon phase, she being me, sitting right here. And she's tired of it. She wants to get her life organized. On top of dealing with that breakup and having to realize that I was about to put up with something I did not deserve in life, I also have been trying to cope with disability and what I can and can't do. And that doesn't mean that I am limited or restricted, it just means that I live a different life now. And there's the spiritual part of me is saying this is the life that I've been wanting to live, but felt like I needed to push on and I needed to have like an insane amount of work ethic. You guys follow my channel. If you've been following me since 2007, whoa, 2007, then you know that I suffered with an eating disorder and basically perfectionism and just addiction to a habit to give me the feeling of accomplishment that was controlled solely by me, for me, and no one else could influence it. It was kind of a subtle act of rebellion that almost killed me. You know, fun. Because of that eating disorder history of mine, progression into recovery where I got fat as a description for myself. I had extra material to deal with. And then I got, boom, super sick, no reason why, probably a reason why, never figured it out. And so then I lost all that weight and had to find for myself ways to love myself and nourish myself and listen to my body's cues. One thing I failed to notice for the longest time is that my sleep was different. I would get sleep paralysis. I would have very vivid dreams / nightmares. I just started seeing colors. What's that? So not even 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with narcolepsy and cataplexy, and a lot more in my life makes sense because now I'm able to recognize that, yeah, this situation is causing me to have cataplexy, and this situation is causing me to all of a sudden sleep. Having that knowledge now, like, oh, I just feel empowered to know that that's what's going on. Narcolepsy is an autoimmune disorder, so I'm allergic to something, any inflammation though. So like extreme stress can cause me to get sick. Whereas some people would get sick by getting like a cold. I get sick by my body getting a fever and my brain feeling like it's on fire.
Back of my head is hot. My leg is hot. My arm is hot. My face is hot. All on the left side, of course. It just is hot.
And I guess the word would be overstimulated. So I start over feeling and smelling and sensing and and wondering what gives. Yeah, it's just my nervous system starts being attacked or attacking itself. And so I get those muscle jerks, all that jazz. I've made videos, you guys know my deal. So Susie's sitting here saying that she wants to make a goal of getting out of a rut. Back in the day, I used to have a very good morning routine. I would get up, I would drink a full glass of water, and then I would do like 20 minutes of Qigong, some yoga, meditation, and prana, like breathing. And even like a self-Reiki treatment. Dang, where did I find that time? It felt good. And even though exercise really triggered my cataplexy, which at the time I recognized that extra activity made me have symptoms, but I didn't know that it was cataplexy and I didn't know the whys. But now that I know that, it's finding this subtle boundary and listening to my body every day, because it changes every day. It also changes every couple hours. So I stopped exercising because multiple reasons. That last relationship definitely took a toll. I was coming to realize the truths of that situation, and I just beat myself up for putting up with things, and I beat myself up for just like wanting to make something work that really was not working for me. It's just very confusing when you're recognizing what you were putting up with. That's it. It just makes you mad at yourself. And you also feel very trapped and alone, because while I was in that relationship, I acted like it was the best thing. You know, like, fake it till you make it, right? Like, say it's the best thing ever. So, yeah. And so now my worldview has changed, and I'm like, who can I trust? Can I trust you? Can I trust you? And so I got a dog. I can trust my dog. She loves me. And Willow, I can trust you too. You're a very good dog. But the thing is, I want to trust myself again. And when I stopped exercising, when I stopped that daily tuning into myself through meditation, I stopped believing in myself, because I stopped knowing who I was. Like, I wouldn't even look in the mirror and be like, hey, I remember that chick. Me. I had a pretty good sense of like talking to myself, like making these videos. And I stopped doing that because I just started doubting myself. Wondering out loud, who cares? Because I don't. And I want to care. I want to care more. I want to care more for this and me and these beautiful girls. Like, I want to care. So this is day 1. Numero uno. Deo eins. Of Susie wanting to care for her life again and for herself. And yeah, she's got some things going on, but she also does thrive under a challenge. Me, she, this. I thrive under a challenge, and this is definitely a good time. This is definitely a good challenge. I don't know what my life is going to be like, even in a month. I have realized that you can make plans and they change. Very suddenly, and especially with like celebrating the eclipse, very suddenly that can change. I have recognized that this time is about healing, and the best way I heal is through expression and speaking my story and putting it out there. And there have been times in the past when I tried to speak my story and there was not a supportive reaction. Usually it's just from one single person, but it feels like the whole world. And I know that that had pushed down my voice for quite some time. And this was very similar, that last relationship, my voice was quieted. And so after about a year of healing here and feeling angry and depressed and just like, yeah, those two pretty much sum it up. Through all of that madness and really only opening up to counselors and my boyfriend and a couple close friends, I'm here to be like, you know what, I'm tired of carrying this burden, my past relationship. I don't need that anymore. But I learned a lot, and it would be a waste of going through that experience to not share it. It would be a complete waste. That's an example of Susie overexciting herself and triggering cataplexy. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so now I'm not really using the left side of my body. And talking kind of flares it up. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ignore this muscle spasm at the moment. I'm going to say bye. And I'm going to say, Susie, good luck. This is day 1, but let's check in day 2 and see how it goes. So on that note, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned into yourself. Willow! Willow! Alright, I'm gonna go. Bye.